Hello, friends, and welcome back to Malicious Compliance Stories. Let's dive into a story where gratitude and generosity clash with customer service gone wrong. It's a lesson on how not to handle a complaint and a reminder that even the most patient among us have their limits. Stay tuned to see how this encounter ended. But before we begin, best way to support our channel is to leave comments, like and subscribe with the turned on bell so you don't miss the new video every single day. Here we go. Male Karen at Pizza Hut. Disrespect served cold. My mother-in-law ordered pizza for everyone at her house this past Sunday. She does this for her family on a regular basis. She's incredibly helpful and compassionate, frequently hosting the younger children at her house on weekends to give our parents and children some space. She works as a full-time nurse throughout the week, so she doesn't have much free time. We always let her know how much we value her, thank her, and make sure she doesn't need a break that week. But she went above and beyond this past weekend. From Friday through Sunday night, she looked after my 6-year-old son and her 15 and 12-year-old cousins. All of this while offering to keep him after we brought him to the birthday celebration we organized and set up for our son on Saturday. She is very incredible. Let's get back to pizza. She likes ordering pizza from the Hut, and there are typically no issues. When her food arrived this time, the pizzas were cold and 4 sodas had been left behind. She was understandably irritated and called the store to ask if she could receive a discount or a refund, or if the drinks could still be delivered. She was really respectful. I'm anxious, so I notice when someone is angry or uses foul words. She didn't have either. This was the exchange, since she typically answers calls on speaker. Mother-in-law: is it possible for the driver who just delivered our order to retrieve the sodas? I believe they overlooked them. MK: nah, they can't. Mother-in-law: all right, is there any way I might get a refund instead? MK said, your driver was through DoorDash, so you'd have to talk to them about that. Oh, that Pizza Hut done that? I had no idea. You guys deliver, don't you? MK: yeah, but when it gets too busy, DoorDash covers other deliveries. Mother-in-law: hold on, I didn't pay DoorDash. I paid the restaurant a $5 delivery fee. What's the ultimate destination of that money? MK: look, what do you want? Mother-in-law: I was looking for a discount or a return as well as some answers regarding my delivery. Can I talk to a manager about this? MK: yes, I am a supervisor. What do you want? It was around this time that the cousins and I noticed a change in his tone. Whoa, what was our reaction? Mother-in-law said, can I have your name? MK: no, my name is not necessary for you. Mother-in-law said, can I just get in-store credit or something? MK: nah. My little BIL, who lives there, joins us in the background and asks, why is he being so rude? It was they who had forgotten our beverages. You didn't even treat him rudely. Mother-in-law said, I think I'll just call corporate, thanks. MK: you still want the store credit? Mother-in-law: yes. Number is my number. MK: what's your number? Mother-in-law said, I was just saying it. She got tired of his disrespect and is now increasing her voice. It's number. MK: it has credit. Do you require anything more? Mother-in-law said, the number to corporate if you have it. MK: nah. Mother-in-law: then no. She then ends the call. Given how much my mother-in-law had done for the family over the weekend, I was rather irritated about the entire situation. You are a disgrace, Male Karen. Speaking to individuals in that manner is inappropriate for a professional setting. I know how difficult the job can be because I used to work at a pizza business. However, if you're unable to supply a consumer with what they requested or a refund, that's no justification for snapping at them. What a jerk. His actions were blatantly impolite and utterly unprofessional. It's a bad reflection on the company to snap at a customer, especially one as composed and kind as your mother-in-law. Customers like your mother-in-law deserve better than to deal with someone who acts like he's running the no customer service hut. So hopefully corporate hears about this and takes action. And our second story. Arizona heat, football drama, and the Clampetts' defeat. I live in the blistering heat of Arizona. I drive my son and wife to my son's 7-on-7 football practice. This isn't our first rodeo with outdoor events, and when we read on the website that Field 4 was on a softball field, we knew that we were in for an unmercifully hot day. We decided we'd bring our expandable tent to set up for the games. It's a bit of a hassle to carry, but once it's set up, we're good. We got to the field early enough to have about 60 linear feet of open sideline on either side of the makeshift field. We set up following the rules for tent seating, close to, but not closer than 10 feet from the sideline. Okay, cool. We set up, made sure we weren't obscuring anybody else's view, etc. Okay, so we sit there and talk while my son goes through pregame, and then all of a sudden we hear and feel people sweatily bumbling through our tent before they realize, say WTF to themselves and set up camp directly in front of us. Like, very close to us. I'm 6'2" and I can't see past about 90%. Before I let them get too comfortable, I let them know that we're already set up here. The man turns around and says, "Hey, you can sit wherever the F you want. This is general admission, right? So sit wherever the F you want." My wife and I look at each other and most assuredly have the same thought. You see, rules may say that tented individuals must be 10 feet off the sideline, but people in chairs? No limit mentioned. Just not on or touching the sideline. So we take our chairs, get up, and start to pack up some of our stuff. This part's great for us because we see the people staring at us and smiling like they won the day. We just take our chairs and plop them directly in front of them, leapfrogging them. During the process, we told our other neighbors they could have our seats for shade if they want. They kind of had a feeling we were up to something and happily obliged. As we enjoyed our ringside seats, we felt the glares and realized one of the guys got up to complain to the ref, because that's totally the ref's job. The ref walked back with him and he pointed at me like a complaining 3-year-old and said, "They came in and sat in front of us. Look how close they are. Look." The ref turned to my wife and asked, "Which one of y'all got here first?" She smiled, saying, "We did. They just plopped down in front of us when we were trying to give you enough space to do your job." God, I love my wife. Ref goes, "Well, it's the end zone, so plop at your own risk. But you got to know it's first come, first serve." The Clampets stomped right through our tent again, this time almost getting in a fight with my friend as they whimpered, clanged, and twanged their country selves back to whatever land of odd they came from. For that one moment, it was so quiet you could hear a fancily packaged collectible spoon drop. Even though you were probably perspiring in that Arizona heat, this is the ideal example of utilizing the laws to your advantage without exerting any effort. It's unbelievable how daring those people were to invade and set up shop directly in front of your meticulously prepared area. But how did you respond? Unquestionably golden. You played it calm, obeyed the rules, and brilliantly reversed the script rather than lowering yourself to their level with hostility. There was no place for their complaining after your wife's calm reaction to the referee sealed the deal. And our last story. Our neighbor Karen wants our land. My family owns a few vacation cabins up in northern Wisconsin, nestled by a serene lake, surrounded by rolling hills and dense woods. We have one that's our main one. It's on a lake perched on a hill, so you can see it from far away, and has been in our family for decades. With siblings, kids, and an ever-growing brood, the cabin sees someone from April through October, barring the occasional empty weekend. Unfortunately, our tranquility is constantly disrupted by the neighbors at the bottom of the hill, a classic Karen couple. They hail from somewhere out west and tore down 2 charming old cottages to build a massive modern eyesore, the kind of house that looks more suited for a bustling suburb than a peaceful lakeside retreat. Problem is, their gargantuan home left them with virtually no yard. Karen and her husband have made it their mission to convince us to sell part of our property to give their kids a backyard. Each time the answer is the same: no thank you. Our yard isn't just a patch of grass, it's where family weddings, reunions, and summer cornhole tournaments happen. It's sacred ground. Despite our polite refusals, Karen's antics grew bolder over the years. Our properties are separated by an old chicken wire fence, and while our side is well kept with grass and gardens, theirs is more of a rugged forest floor. Still, the boundary is clear. Or so we thought. Last weekend, my dad got a call from one of our longtime neighbors. They'd spotted Karen wandering around our cabin with a group of people who didn't look familiar. My dad, being a no-nonsense guy with strong local ties, immediately called the police. He's friendly with some of the officers. Summer barbecues have that effect, so they were quick to check it out. When the police arrived, they found Karen and her entourage wandering through our yard with clipboards, tape measures, and a very suspicious air about them. She was explaining to her friends how this land would soon be turned into a community kids park, complete with playground equipment and picnic tables. The officers asked if she had permission to be on the property. Without missing a beat, Karen spun an elaborate lie about being in the process of purchasing the land and planning to demolish the cabin for her benevolent project. The officers informed her that they were called by the actual owners, my family, and that she was trespassing. Karen turned red, stammered, and tried to play it off as a misunderstanding, but her excuses fell flat, and both she and her friends were ticketed for trespassing. To top it off, the officers sternly warned her that if a child got injured while playing on private property, she could face serious legal repercussions. They even suggested we consider filing a restraining order if she pulled anything like this again. This wasn't Karen's first boundary crossing escapade. She'd been caught lounging on our dock smoking cigarettes, even though it's on the opposite side of the property from her house. Another time, she helped herself to veggies from our summer garden, cheerfully declaring that fresh food shouldn't go to waste. We've since decided to take preventative measures. Once the snow melted, we installed more cameras, especially on the hill where she seems to enjoy trespassing. For now, the cameras above our doors and garages have been a godsend, but more coverage will ensure there's no gray area left for her to exploit. Update. This spring, we built a beautiful stone wall along the property line, complete with solar lights and motion-activated sensors. The wall not only reinforces the boundary, but also adds a touch of charm to our already picturesque yard. Karen hasn't been since, but if she tries her nonsense again, she'll find out that our walls don't just protect our property, they guard our peace. Screw that, Karen. It's outrageous that she would walk onto private property, hold a fake tour, and claim your land as her future playground. She has no shame in feeling entitled and doesn't care about limits at all. Your dad and the cops did a great job of acting quickly. The ticket for trespassing and harsh warnings should have made her realize what was going on, but given her past, stealing vegetables? Since she asked, "Are you smoking on your dock?" It's clear she knows how to break rules. The cams and stone wall are great ideas. These things not only protect your family space, but they also send a clear message. Stay on your side, Karen. I hope that her next big idea doesn't involve trying to claim air rights over your house. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.